you know, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, and podcast panel members, this has been a pretty decent June for the host. For me, it's been a pretty decent. Let me explain why, podcast panel. Let me explain why it's been a good, decent month for me. First of all, we got 57 new subscribers. Shout out to y'all. The Birmingham Stallions is the very first UFL champions. Holy shit. My hometown. Birmingham, Alabama. Three times in a row. Three. It goes on. I'm not a Celtics fan, but the Boston Celtics are once again NBA champions. You know why I'm happy? You want to know why I'm happy, Mark? Because the Luka Doncic hype is over. It is over. I don't want to hear nothing about goddamn Luka. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Luka what? Luka who? Luka what? Luka who? I don't care about none of that. I don't care. It's over. It's been a good June for me. Hey, the Stallions are UFL champs. The Boston Celtics are world champs. I'm okay with it. Everything is good. Everything is everything. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and in color. And welcome to the Real Sports Talk Show, man. Today, man, we're going to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, man. They got a new skipper at the helm. Monty Williams. Oh, my God. Fired by the Detroit Pistons after one season. Who in the fuck is making these decisions in Detroit? I don't know what's going up there. And after 16 years, the Boston Celtics is back on top of the NBA as the new NBA champions for the 18th time, man. We got a banger for y'all, so y'all sit back and enjoy the Sports Talk Show.
Can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah, turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. Got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah. So what's up? I told her move over. Enough of that mediocre. I've been the man since cruising around in the stroller. I got ice in my veins like a cut in Minnesota. Why not show you how I'm built? Come a little closer. Ayy, lot of heart, been smart. Aura got a glow. We can restart, give head start, still get the same result. I'm about mine. Don't you get it confused? I'ma win again. Yeah, that's all that I do. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad up. I got that dog in me, so what's up?
Yeah. So what's up? Thank you guys so much very much for being here with us on this hot, very 90 degrees, my computer said 90 degrees right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Pop. Damn, can't even get a pop today. All right, but thank you guys for being here with us this Saturday afternoon, wherever in the world you are right now, man. We are the Real Sports Podcast, and we are your favorite, if not soon to be, favorite destination for real analysis and opinions, anything on anything and everything sports related, man. Whether it's WWE, UFL, NBA, NFL, you want it, we got it, ladies and gentlemen. Also, man, you can follow us on all social media platforms, preferably Facebook, at our Real to Sports Podcast, our page, and our sports group, the Real to Sports Group. Now, sitting here before me, these three gentlemen right here. They are, ladies and gentlemen, the best podcast panel on YouTube and in the world. They are the Real to Sports podcast panel. Saxonville is here, but not Saxonville today. He's not Saxonville today. Representing the 18-time NBA champion, the Boston Celtics, it is Rockstar Rock in the building.
How everybody doing? Just want to give a special shout out to my oldest boy, Tariq Jr. You know, he's not he doesn't live that far from me now, you know, so things is moving in the right direction as far as, you know, fatherhood and things of that nature when it comes to me and my son. So I'm pretty proud of that, and it's a blessing. And just shout out to him. You know, I just want to show him that I do love him and will support him in his journey of becoming a man.
Yes, sir, baby.
What the Rock is cooking.
You better believe it, baby. You better believe it. Shout out to Tariq, man. Shout out to you. Your dad over here doing big things in a small place. Ladies and gentlemen, the pioneer of the Real Sports Podcast. He is the pioneer. This man has been with me since day one. Day one, the loyal, day one-ish. My day one, my main man. He is part of the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the Las Vegas Raiders. Raider Nation is in the building. He is the king of predictions. Yes, sir. He is Mr. Young Mark.
What's going on, people? If I got to hear about the Birmingham Stallions, a.k.a. the Pony Express, winning the UFL championship one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. Lord have mercy. That was over a week ago. Let it go, man.
Hell no. Giddy up.
Daggone Pony Express.
Champ Pony Express. Giddy up.
It's like bragging about winning a football game 3-0. Come on, host.
Huh?
That's bragging about last Sunday is like bragging about winning a football game 3-0.
No, but we are the champions, my friend. We kept fighting to the end.
Yeah, fighting to score touchdowns. That's right. Yeah.
Give me my props. Give me my props.
Luis Perez.
That's all right. That's all right. Sour Patch Kid. That's all right. Last but not least, man, the OG. OG is in the building. The OG, man, he is here. He is back and he is here, man. The OG. And he represents the mighty Minnesota Vikings. Dallas Turner coming at your neck, baby. Dallas Turner. He's coming at your neck. Look out, D-Rick. Ladies and gentlemen, the red hot Real to Sports NFL trivia champion. He is the legendary Q-Dog.
What's going on, people? What's going on? The word of the day is to stay hydrated. We're in the extreme heat advisory. I want y'all to stay hydrated so you can be around for the start of the NFL season. So stay cool, keep them kids cool. And that's the word of the day.
That's right,
stay
baby.
Hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Yes, sir. Shout out to home, goddammit. Let's go. As the dog said, man, stay hydrated for real because it is hot out there. Gatorade, is it in you?
I ain't heard that saying in so long, yo. Jeez.
I was
running like a kid again, boy.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. I'm about to hit that. If I can be like Mike.
Man.
That's what Gatorade
was in
glass. It was in a glass bottle.
Next thing you know, host's gonna have orange Gatorade sweat pouring from his head. Oh man.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Again, man, thank you guys for being here with us. You're going to listen to these three men talk about what they talk about today. But first thing first, you know how we do here in the Real Sports Podcast. We always must pay our respects to one of the late greats that recently passed away. But ladies and gentlemen, man, I mean a trailblazer, man. One of the, if not arguably the greatest baseball player ever to play the game. And I know Babe Ruth hit a lot of home runs, but this guy here hit home runs, stole bases. I mean, this guy did it all, man. I'm talking about the legendary Willie Mays. And with the best nickname I love, man, the Say Hey Kid. I love that nickname, man. Love it. But we want to say our respects to Willie Mays, a trailblazer, if the greatest center fielder ever to play the game. Man, just the overall, man. I mean, him and Jackie Robinson, those guys, man, for what they went through, how they fight through the civil rights, and I'm pretty sure they got probably spat on and treated bad and everything, and they still went out there and did what they love, which was play baseball. But man, at the age of 93, he lived a long, prosperous life, Willie Mays. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Episode, and you guys can speak about the great Willie Mays.
Yeah, man. Hearing that Mr. Mays passed away really touched me. Because over the years and over the course of my life, obviously I didn't really get to see him play back in the day, but I got to learn a lot about his life outside of the game of baseball. And one of my favorite traits about him was he was the personification of what it meant to be classy. He never did anything bad, never put his name out there in the news for the wrong reasons. He was always very nice to people, always very compassionate. And what stood out to me the most, a little bit about him, is the fact that he grew up and survived so many different things throughout his lifetime. Growing up in Alabama during the height of the Great Depression and the height of Jim Crow, playing in baseball when it was still incredibly segregated. He was the only person of color, I believe, in the National Leagues at the time when he joined the Giants. And despite his country not loving him, he still loved his country enough to go and serve in the Korean War, the Forgotten War. So to hear about all those things he did off the field, and then everybody wants to give credit to Michael Jordan, for the flu game, or what we now know was actually food poisoning. But Willie Mays was doing it decades earlier. He had food poisoning, and then the next game went out and hit four home runs. So that dude is definitely one of the GOAT athletes of all time, but also just one of the dopest human beings. I think one thing we can all take away from his life is, no matter what you've been through, and no matter what cards life may have dealt you, you can always still smile. You can always still be a good person, always be kind to people, no matter if people are kind to you back. So definitely will miss the legend Willie Mays.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Rockstar.
Well, one thing I will say about Willie Mays is if it wasn't for Willie Mays, the pioneer, I don't think a lot of us would have been able to even participate in sports. Him crossing over, being one of the pioneers to cross over into the baseball, that allowed a lot of us athletes to cross over in sports as well. The things that he done off the field, as well as the leadership and guiding young brothers into sports and how to deal with things outside of sports as well. He was also the godfather of Barry Bonds. Willie Mays was one of the greatest, probably greatest Negro League players of all time.
Absolutely.
Things of that nature, like some of the records that he broke during the games, the stats for the Negro Leagues, it was just phenomenal.
Absolutely.
I went to the museum as a kid, and so I got to actually see some of those stats and things of that nature. So it was just a great feeling to be around it and see it. And if you look up the word character in the dictionary, it's Willie Mays.
Willie Mays. Absolute pro. The dog. In the 70s, you probably got a glimpse of who. I know you know who Willie Mays is. No, everybody does.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you got. I'm pretty sure you got a glimpse of him in his actual playing time career.
I don't actually really have any reminiscence. I mean, my thought of Willie Mays, but I can just say that he's just one of the great pioneers of the game that had a lot of things to deal with aside of just playing baseball within itself. Who went through the struggles and what Mark and T-Rock were saying, and still persevered enough to not let people run him from the game that he loved, and being that he played it to a high standards, very child and everything. It's a lot to say about guys like Willie Mays who basically put their life on the line for not just only themselves, for those who are going to come after them. So the ones who come after them don't have to deal with the things that they had to deal with. They can just go and play the game they love without these outside distractions. Mm-hmm. And that should mean a lot for those guys coming in into the baseball league or anything like that. That you do the history of the game. I always study the history of the game. Look at the ones who was before you, and be thankful for what they done. They, not only did it, they did it because they love the game, but they did it because they knew that it would be fellow African Americans come forward. We can have a future in this sport, and so they were willing to do that. And so we want to thank God for blessing us with Willie Mays, and for you young people who are here that's aspiring baseball players or the ones that's currently playing baseball. Always keep them in your heart, and people like that that help navigate the way so that we can have the opportunity to go in and play the game we love without distractions. Blessings to him and his family, and he sure will be missed.
He sure will be, man. Another legend, another black, legend. You got first, Jackie Robinson. Then we can't forget about Hank Aaron, and now Willie Mays. So those are three to me, one of the greatest men in baseball, heroes to all. And like all three of you guys said, if it weren't for those guys, man, we probably wouldn't even been here. We probably wouldn't even be talking on a podcast. We wouldn't even be doing the stuff that we do, man. Those guys are trailblazers. Those guys fought day in and day out, segregation and going through all the hate and everything, separate bathrooms and separate locker rooms and shit. They went through a lot, man, and it's very appreciative. And I think this should be a National Willie Mays Day, because that guy was just something. For the research that I read and the people that talked about him, he was a very, very, very special man. Should be a National Willie Mays Day. Should be. You hear that, Joe Biden? Should be. Make it happen. Make it happen. All right, man. Let's start this show out here. Let's go to the West Coast. Let's go to the West Coast, man, because reports now that JJ Redick, JJ Redick agrees to become the Lakers coach. The former NBA player and current analyst for ESPN has agreed to a reported 4-year deal with the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers have agreed to a deal with former NBA player and current ESPN NBA analyst JJ Redick to make him the team's new coach. Per multiple reports, Redick agreed to a 4-year deal yesterday morning with the Lakers and will be working to surround himself with experienced assistants to round out his staff. Redick has never coached in the NBA and retired in 2021 after playing 15 seasons in the NBA with 6 teams. He began serving as an NBA analyst for ESPN shortly after his retirement and was the lead analyst for the network's telecast of the 2024 NBA Finals on ABC. Redick and Lakers star LeBron James host a podcast called Mind the Game, which is already wildly popular as listeners don't listen to them, listen to us, often emerge impressed by the duo's basketball IQ and high-level discussion of tactics and motivation. Now they will work together for the Lakers, with Redick leading a roster headline by James, who is 6 months younger than Redick. The Lakers needed a coach after parting ways with Darvin Ham in early May after he spent 2 seasons on the job. He was 90 and 74 in that span, with 2 playoff berths and a run to the 2023 Western Conference Finals and a championship in the inaugural in-season tournament. Can't believe they putting that out there. Really? Holy smoke. I'll read this and then I'll be done. The 39-year-old Redick is an extraordinary choice by the Lakers, who hired a 15-year veteran with absolutely no coaching experience to lead a franchise with 17 NBA titles, one of the biggest brand names in the world sports, and James, the top scorer in league history. So let's go to the Laker fan himself. Q. JJ Redick now is your new coach. How do you feel about this?
Well, the thing about it, I just know as I get older, things have to get younger. And so I can expect, some of these old coaches are still around. I know that considering that, he doesn't have any experience or anything like that, maybe his basketball mind, him being around the game so long, being, an NBA analyst, he got his work cut out of him for. That's a tough Western Conference.
He ain't lying.
He got his work cut out for him. So, I'm just, I really don't really have anything to say. I'm just down with whatever, what the Lakers will do. I'm a Laker fan, being one since 1980. So I see that we've been we haven't been really as strong as we normally would be back in the Magic Johnson era, the Kobe and Shaq era, the Kobe era itself. We fell off a little bit. So, I'm just looking for a growth process. I'm not looking for nothing to happen overnight. And so, we'll see. Like I say, it remains to be determined. I'm not expecting the man to do something, a turnaround 360 within a year or whatever, but I would like to see progress. I would like to see the right kind of players come in that we can see something down the road, light at the end of the tunnel, if you will. So, like I say, he know what's in front of him. He know that Western Conference is strong, is stacked, is young. So he know what he has to do to get them to be on a competitive level. He got to think past the LeBron James era. He has to think past that, and some kind of way, we're not the type of team we're peaking on the upper echelon to get to the Western Conference. We're not nothing like that. So I don't know if he can throw the pieces in real quick to give LeBron James a chance. At least it could be competitive, but at the same time, he has to think down the road, what can he do to get the right kind of players in? So we can start to be more competitive in the playoffs and win games in the season and be back and get back to playoff contention. Get these Laker fans who pay so much money and Showtime or whatever we call it, get that back in. So I'm not, it doesn't really matter who I can say that, who the coach is. It's just that, they just got the work cut out of them. They got to do the right things, to get the right kind of personnel that we need to be competitive in the Western Conference again.
Okay. Mark, JJ Redick, Duke fan. Well, Duke guy.
Don't say the Duke fan is to my right.
Right. Duke guy. I'm sorry. Duke guy. Is this the right decision to go to? Did you think that Jeannie Buss and the Lakers made the right decision to bring in a guy with inexperience, even though he's a 15-year veteran? But is it the right? Do you feel, Mark, in your opinion, do you think this is the right decision for JJ Redick to come in to be the head coach of the Lakers?
It's not so much that I think JJ Redick himself was the wrong decision. I think they made the wrong decision to move on from Darvin Ham, in my opinion.
I agree.
2 years ago, you were literally in the Western Conference Finals. You make the playoffs again, but it's not enough. Like, respectfully, this isn't, the NBA of the 1950s and 60s where you can realistically win a championship every other year. Like, it's going to be a tough hill to climb. There's going to be some tough opponents to face. So what are the expectations here? If he did as much as he did and still got the boot, and what we've seen with other coaches around the league, what are the expectations for JJ Redick for him to be able to keep his job? But me personally, I don't think coaching was the issue for them. Did they get out coached a little bit this year against the Nuggets? Yeah, just a little bit. But I think really what's hurting them is the lack of depth on that roster. They sacrificed a lot of their future to get Anthony Davis and to go on that run in the bubble and to surround LeBron with all that talent. Like I still think they're feeling the ramifications of getting rid of Brandon Ingram, the rest of that young core, to bring in these current superstars. So I think that's really what's hurting Los Angeles right now, not coaching, not even so much who they're facing in the Western Conference, with those teams out there, because a lack of talent depth on that roster. I think they should have kept the coach and found a way to accumulate some draft picks or get some younger pieces up into the building.
Boy, he took words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was going to say. I agree with you.
Hey, you know I'm telling the truth to me and host the group.
He took it right. I actually wrote that shit down. Man. I was going to say because you spot on. Rockstar Rock. These are your cross country rivals here, the Los Angeles Lakers. So how do you feel about JJ Redick coming in as a Lakers coach? And I'm like you, man. It's going to be a process. But how do you feel as a basketball, as a first of all, a Duke Blue Devil fan, and watching JJ Redick light up the show in college basketball? How do you feel about him being at the helm now with the Lakers?
Well, first off, congratulations to him. He went through the process of getting interviewed. It wasn't like the job was just given to him. He went through a process. He went through a process of interviews. Dan Hurley turned the job down. So, if Dan Hurley would have accepted this, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. We'd be talking about Dan Hurley and probably the Lakers road to banner number 17, even though that they only won 12 as the Los Angeles Lakers, But anyways, JJ Redick, I think he's going to be all right as the coach for the first 2 years. Depending on how LeBron's contract situation go, which is probably going to be a 2-year player with that third year, maybe a player option, and I think probably ride off in the sunset. But he's already got an idea of how he wants to run the offense. He wants to run the offense through Anthony Davis. He wants LeBron to play more on the outside. And he wants Anthony Davis to actually run the offense through Anthony Davis. That was the issue when it came with Darvin Ham. It wasn't the results. It was the fact of Anthony Davis said something, and the higher ups are going to listen to their player because that's who they're paying the most amount of money for. And that guy has helped put up a banner. And then if LeBron signed off on it, then it was definitely Darvin Ham wasn't going to necessarily continue to be the coach. If they got rid of Frank Vogel, and Vogel won a championship. So the Lakers organization is about star power. Who's going to continue to help them build that star power once LeBron leaves? And everyone knows it's Anthony Davis. And if they can get another piece, like you guys were saying, Mark said it, Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is on the trading. He's on the trading block. They can put together some pieces. D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, some of them guys off the bench that's not really getting minutes. Piece them together for Brandon Ingram and bring him in, and that can be the third piece right there.
I got
it stretches the floor. LeBron doesn't have to necessarily worry about if the third guy is going to get his, because he can get it. He can get his buckets without, he can get his buckets with someone on him. If you say Brandon Ingram, we need you to get us 25. Brandon Ingram can get you 25.
Yeah, easy.
That's the issue with the Lakers.
Yeah.
LeBron and AD can't carry the load for so long, and then they don't got another guy that's at least going to get them at least 20 or 30 on a good given night. So, I mean, with JJ Redick coming in, he pretty much knows how he's going to want to run the offense. LeBron signed off on it. We seen that on the YouTube channel. I watch it.
Don't watch that channel, y'all. Watch us. Fuck all that. Watch us.
Hey, just like in the Monday Night Wars, you had to watch a competition. In order
I know, right? Y'all follow the
succeed.
ticker at the bottom. See the bottom of the screen? Follow that.
Yeah, but tune in every Saturday and Tuesday. But other than that, I think the first 2 years, because it's a 4-year deal, right?
It's a 4-year
deal.
Yes, sir. 4 year.
Okay, so the first 2 years, I see the Lakers being they might have that first month or so, maybe in the in-season tournament. They probably don't win the in-season tournament this year.
Are we still doing that?
Yeah, that's
going forward, bro.
It's going forward.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The in-season tournament, I don't think they're gonna win it this year. I think they're gonna put more emphasis on trying to catch the Boston Celtics because now we're 1-up on the Lakers. So I think them first 2 years, the Lakers gonna be competitive, and then once LeBron leaves, that's when you're really gonna see JJ Redick kind of like struggle as a coach. But his first 2 years as being a coach, I don't think he's probably gonna struggle within the first month or so. That first month, that first window of month where nobody's really watching the NBA, he might struggle. But probably after All-Star break, I don't see the Lakers struggling with JJ Redick as the coach. He's too smart, he's too gifted, and Coach K signed off on JJ was the final say, so he's in the organization with the Lakers. So he knows what's how to fuel that young man to do what is necessary.
And he does.
I'm being optimistic. I'm a Celtics fan, but I'm being optimistic and a realist at the same day. Like, the Lakers only missing the third piece that can get them buckets, and they showed in that series with the Nuggets.
Cade Cunningham. You know what, Mark? I agree with that. I would go with Cade Cunningham. I think with JJ Redick, it's going to be very interesting. You know why? But now that JJ Redick is a knockdown shooter. So guess what knockdown shooters want? They want a knockdown shooting offense. The Lakers need to get more shooters. D'Angelo Russell is not it. He is not it. If I was the Lakers, now that you got your coach, Jeannie Buss, go after Andrew Wiggins. Go after him. Go after Fred VanVleet from the Houston Rockets.
You can't go after VanVleet.
You can't?
Nah, the Rockets. He signed up. He locked up with the Rockets.
Yeah, he got a big contract.
Yeah, he got a big contract. They can't go after. They got the shooters that the Lakers can go after is like probably mid-level exception shooters, guys that's coming off the bench.
I see. Because
once LeBron get his money, it ain't gonna be that much left for them to go out there and get some of these big name shooters.
Or Rock, hear me out, right? Hear me out.
Or they can go get Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson. I'm looking at that right now. I'm looking at Klay Thompson.
They can get Trae Young out of Atlanta.
They can go get Trae.
Or
be a mismatch problem.
They can call up the new ownership group of the Charlotte Hornets and put together a deal for either LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, or Miles Bridges. I'll give you any one of the three you want.
You don't want to trade.
I think they'll jump on LaMelo, but Brandon Miller, y'all not gonna get rid of Brandon Miller.
Hell no, you like want to keep him. Yeah,
he got potential. Nice. Brother got potential.
That's all you got to strike while the iron is hot. Charlotte ain't gonna do nothing with him.
That dude is nice, bro.
Yeah, his upside and potential is too good to not build around him.
Yeah, Brandon Miller's nice.
I'm just trying to get Q-Dog to cut a deal with me. That's all.
But look though, JJ Redick, I see the VanVleet. It is a massive contract. They gave him the moon and the star of the ball. Damn. But they need shooters. JJ Redick is a shooter. I see on here Nicholas Batum. Old, but he can still shoot the ball. Let's see here, another shooter. Charlotte, Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges can shoot the three every now and then. But you need somebody. Yeah. But you need some. You got Robert. Okay, you got Robert Covington. Robert Covington. Fucking DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a whole list. Jesus.
That's if Chicago don't keep DeMar DeRozan.
That's true. I mean, true.
They just traded. They traded for Josh Giddey. They traded. What's the name for Josh Giddey?
Yeah.
He played for OKC now.
But it's so many names out here. It's insane. But yeah, Trae Young would be perfect. You need shooters. Lakers right now, like Rock said, that now that the Boston Celtics are NBA champs, now they're gonna feel like here comes the Bird and Magic thing again, because now it's like, just like if Magic doing good, Bird gonna be like, oh hell no, I got to do better next year, vice versa. So now the Lakers is gonna try to keep up with the Celtics, but the only way they're gonna do that now, they have the coach, but now they're gonna have to really bring in some free agency. They got to stop this mid level. You better bring in some dogs, because LeBron James, I mean, he going in like you say, probably 2 more years, and that'll be it for him. He's 39 years old. Or 39, 40, one of them. Like he's at the end of his career. So he's going to need help. He's not, I don't think he's going to be able to shoulder the whole scoring load this year. Anthony Davis, he's just fragile, man. He's toilet paper. He's just too fragile. I don't believe in Anthony Davis. I like Anthony Davis, but I don't believe in him. You need 2 to 3 more scores. You need somebody who's going to knock down the 3 badly. I like Hachimura. I think they should keep Hachimura. Hachimura should be a starter. Hachimura is that damn good. I like him. But the Lakers, man, I see JJ Redick. He knows the game of basketball, and he's a young guy. I think young coaches usually work with teams, so I think it's gonna click one. I think the Lakers is gonna click. But I think one of y'all said that the Western Conference is going to be challenging. And it's going to be, long as you got the Denver Nuggets up there, then you got the Dallas Mavericks, then you got Oklahoma City, and I think the Golden State Warriors are going to come back. They're going to come back probably for one last run, try to do one last run in the sunset. So I mean, here we go. Josh Giddey, Alex Caruso, and the Bulls traded
Caruso, yeah.
Caruso, okay. Caruso would be good. I mean, you need somebody on the Lakers that's going to shoot the 3 consistently.
Nah, that was when you was talking about DeMar DeRozan. I was saying,
DeMar DeRozan.
The Bulls, they traded Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey.
Oh, okay.
So they probably trying to open up cap space to keep DeMar DeRozan.
So they kind of.
I heard they're looking to get rid of Zach LaVine. So I mean,
yes,
yeah, they are. They trying to sell Zach LaVine too.
That's another one.
He can be now. That's one of those guys that can go out there and get them 30.
Yeah. He one of my favorite players.
Injury history though.
That's the only thing, man.
I think that's the thing about it though. If you notice, guys that had like injuries in the past, or guys that had like a past in the NBA, when they get with LeBron changes their habits. Like you probably see a different Zach LaVine.
Yeah,
training different, hearing the toolage from LeBron on how to take care of his body. Because all of them injuries, you gotta think he was putting a lot of torque on his knees.
Yes.
As far as with his jumping ability.
Yeah, Zach LaVine is a scorer. He came to Chicago. Yeah. Now he's a primetime scorer, but like you said, injuries pile up. Zach LaVine, I mean, one of my favorite players in the NBA.
He got astronomical bounce.
He does, and he's a killer. He's a killer.
Yeah, he can get buckets too.
Yeah, he's a killer.
He can get buckets.
Oh yeah, he come to get you. He come to get you. And Lakers need something like that. But like you said, Rob, he's going to change if he go to LA because LeBron's going to change that. LeBron's going to be a star. He ain't got to worry
about having the ball in his hand 80% of the time. He's going to at least have it like 30 or 25%.
Yeah, them days over with, bro. You just Do your bully ball thing and let everybody else do the thing. Do their other
I
thing.
mean, that's if Zach LaVine wants to win a championship.
There you go.
Because
I think
all
the
these
Lakers
guys
will be in a great place.
has been great. Now
The
it's starting
Lakers-
to come down to how many of them dudes gonna win a championship.
Yeah, the Lakers would be perfect. Go for it. Go for it, Zach. Go for it. Go for it. All right. Next one here. The Detroit Pistons. I swear, I don't know what the hell going on in that goddamn organization. I don't understand it, man. I mean, boy. But the Pistons, dumpster. Like, I don't get it. Pistons, they dismissed Coach Monty Williams after one season. The Pistons are moving on from Coach Monty Williams, who went 14-68 in his only season with Detroit. Decisions like these are difficult to make, and I want to thank Monty for his hard work and dedication, said Pistons owner Tom Gores in his statement. Coaching has many dynamic challenges that emerge during the season, and Monty always handled those with grace. Why are you firing him then? I don't understand it. Okay. However, after reviewing our performance carefully and assessing our current position as an organization, we will chart a new course moving forward. But you're not moving nowhere. Where are you going? You're at the bottom of the bottom. What are you? Okay, Williams went 14-68 with Detroit in 2023-2024 season, the worst record in the NBA. And Detroit's second straight season with less than 20 wins. He has a reported 5 years, over $65 million left on his contract. Williams was hired on June 2nd of last year after the then coach Dwayne Casey stepped down with 1 year left on his contract to take a role in the front office. Casey went 17-65 in 2022 and 23, but was 41-41 in his first season with Detroit. 2018-2019, and led the team to the playoffs. The Pistons have not won more than 23 games in any season since the postseason appearance. Detroit, a three-time NBA championship franchise, has earned a spot in the playoffs just twice in 14 years. The Pistons have not won a postseason game since 2008, when they advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals for the sixth straight time during a remarkable run that included winning the 2004 NBA title and falling short of repeating as champions. The firing continues a wildly strange run for Williams. In 2001, as coach of the Suns, he went to the NBA Finals where Phoenix led 2-0 before falling in 6 games to Milwaukee. In 2022, he was the NBA's Coach of the Year in a runaway voting. In 2023, the Suns fired him, and now in 2024, the Pistons have done the same. Q, what the hell is going on here? This shit is killing me. Like, you know, I don't understand this shit, man. Like, this dude, Monty Williams, respectable guy. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. I mean, everybody respects him and stuff. Former player. Okay, like I just read, he took Phoenix to the NBA Finals. Phoenix, who was trash. They was trash, and he turned them around and went to the NBA Finals. He turned DeAndre Ayton game around. Oh my God, did he ever turn them around? And now he goes to the worst team in basketball, the Detroit Pistons, and one season. Q, they fired him. They say good shit about him, but they fired him. I don't understand that. Tell me what's going on in the NBA and how you feel about this.
Yeah, to me, it's really kind of boiling down to these owners. I think they are looking for some type of instant gratification with these coaches. You know, they figure that they pay you X amount of dollars, like you're supposed to, within the first year, I mean, they should see a significant turnaround, like, double your wins and lessen your losses. And a lot of times I just really feel like, Monty Williams is a good coach, an excellent coach. We just figured that, he just really didn't have nothing to really work with. Mm-hmm. Give him time maybe to get the right kind of players that he want to get in.
Yeah.
But they ain't got time to waste. That's what they're looking at. That's what they're looking at. You know, a lot of these coaches, I mean, these owners, they look at other teams and look at the success that other teams have and what get. Everybody's not going to succeed at the same time or have an instant success. So, you know, this stuff takes time, a little time. You know, they used to give you a 3-year window, but now it just seems like it just ain't happening. Sometimes the pieces got to fall, you know, to a team that we don't look at. You know, you might get somebody out of Division I, Division II. So some kind of way the chemistry works, you know, and sometimes like the Detroit Pistons, the old Detroit, the 80s Detroit Pistons, you know, they didn't really have a whole lot of superstars. The only one really major superstar on that team was Isaiah Thomas, one that could really score or something. You plug in the Joe Dumars, you bring in a Bill Lambert, Rick Mahorn, these two guys with the same time mentality, and Dennis Rodman and John Sally, you know, all these, they was able to mesh, you know what I'm saying, and perform a certain chemistry. And so maybe I think the chemistry is not developing with these players. So, you know, it's just like, you know, you got to get them in and out until you can find something that you can really build upon, build around. And I just think the Detroit Pistons haven't done that. I don't think it's the coaching. It's not the coaching. It's just that they just haven't the 1-2 punch, which all teams have, a 1-2 punch, then throw in a third, then get in a good bench, get some defensive players, you know, in a good bench, and then you can compete with all the rest of the teams in the conference. But you know, they haven't gotten it, and they keep looking at the coaches. You want the coaches coming in and do these miracles with these certain type of players. Mm-hmm. It's not the coaches. It's really not the coaches.
It ain't the coaches.
It's not. It's the players that are coming in the organization. Oh, they're not able to blend their talents in to make something happen. So until that happens, then, you know, hey, I don't know what coach gonna be able to do. You know, you can't just throw a coach in and expect them to make miracles out of something that's not working.
This is how goofy these bastards are. That you give him a 5-year contract, and after one you fire him, but you get $65 million left. So you mean you just wasted $65 million because your team is shit. But you ain't trying to you giving him nothing. All he got is Cade Cunningham. That's his best player, and he's gonna get the fuck out of there. So I'm fired up on it because the same thing happened to Budenholzer. Same damn thing. I mean, you go to the finals and all of a sudden there's a player that ain't digging you gone. It's bullshit, man. And I can't stand it. I can't stand it because a guy like Monty Williams, $85 million. Yeah, $85 million. It's crazy, man. For a guy like Monty Williams, and I really I respected him from when he was with the New Orleans Hornets. And then, you know, he coached when he came in with Phoenix and how they was putting a bike on him doing Phoenix game. Like, damn, this dude, he's more of a coach. He's more of a role model. Something that basketball needs. And okay, so now he transitions from riches to rags, which is Detroit, with a young team, and here it is, you know. You can only inspire so much. Just like with my kids. I tell them all the time, God damn it, I can't teach heart. I can't teach it. You got to have it. You got to have it. You got to do it. I can't teach heart. I can't do it. The same, and I know Monty Williams the same way with Detroit. He probably happy as hell because he's out of there. And that man, that organization is, I don't understand it. But let me stop talking. Mark, how you feel about it? I mean, Rockstar Rock, how you feel about it?
Well, yeah, he actually, Monty Williams, you know, he was getting the 25, I think like 20 million from his last contract with Phoenix, and then the 65 from Detroit left from his contract. That made it a total of 85 million. And it's just crazy because, you know, he pretty much didn't get a fair shot after leaving Phoenix. And I don't know what reputation they left or staying. He may have left in Phoenix that maybe carried on to some of the higher ups in the Detroit Pistons organization, but he was doomed from the start, as far as being the coach there, because all these other organizations are looking around and seeing these coaches go to certain organizations and they have this turnaround. Like Tom Thibodeau went to New York, and New York changed their culture. That's the thing. What it is like Q Dog said, a coach can only teach so much culture for a team in order for a team to actually become one. Coach can only say so much. It's got to come within the players to build that culture, that camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature that goes into winning basketball games in this case. And it's just the fact that they was a very young team. They didn't have the veterans that was on their squads. They probably didn't get that much respect from the leaders that are the young leaders on that team, it being a young organization. It's the same with the Washington Wizards here in the DMV area. Only winning majority of their game, they won majority of their games on the road. They didn't win a home game this season, which is terrible, and it's terrible, crazy. Terrible, well, they did, but they only won 3 home games out the whole 82 game season. And it's just crazy.
It's crazy,
and I put that on culture, not the coach. It's the culture of these kids that are coming into the grown men that's coming into the league, whereas everything was handed to them in college. They didn't have to fight for a spot. Everything was handed to them because of the AAU circuit. They go into college, they taking somebody's spot that was in college that has been grinding to try to earn that spot, and then they got to sit back for 1 year just for a guy that's going to leave that year. So it's a lot that goes on. These guys that have been taking people's spots for so many years, they're now on a squad where they're losing. They don't know how to take losing.
Yeah.
It's the same as what they said about, all the greats that come in.
Yeah.
How are these guys going to take having a losing season?
Yeah.
They got to overcome that.
Yeah, stop this.
So I just think it's a sad case that Monty Williams got.
It's terrible.
He's out of a job, but I mean he's sitting at home rich. So take that vacation and do something nice for the wife, Monty Williams. I do apologize. His wife passed away years ago. So do something nice for your family, man, and just take a chill pill and go relax. Go
to the strip club, look at some titties or something.
If I was Monty Williams, I'd go coach in college. He'll have more. He'll at least be able to build a culture there.
Damn. Monty Williams, you know what? It's a spot on the Real Sports Podcast if you want to. I mean, right. Damn, man, a guy like that, man. It's crazy. Mark?
As a lifelong fan of some perennial losers in sports, I've seen a lot of dysfunction in my favorite sports teams, but Detroit takes the cake for me as being one of the most dysfunctional organizations I've ever seen in any level of sport. Host mentioned their heyday, from 04 to 08. Since 2009, which was 15 years ago, the Detroit Pistons have had 8 different head coaches. That's a new head coach almost every other season.
Jesus.
Their draft picks have not hit at all. And the ones that they did hit on, they got rid of, like Spencer Dinwiddie, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Andre Drummond. Those are Detroit draft picks that made names for themselves elsewhere. Really, like we've said multiple times, the only person they have on their roster right now is Cade Cunningham. And if I was Cade Cunningham at this point, I want to get the hell out. And I'm saying that completely unbiased to where he went to school, but I legit would not want to play in that kind of dysfunction, because no matter how much effort, no matter how much blood, sweat, and tears I put into this, if the organization ain't doing right by us, we ain't gonna win. And I'm just gonna be here in basketball hell for most of my career.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that, me personally.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know where you go from here. This organization's really had no direction in years. Like I said, their draft picks don't hit. They keep changing head coaches every other year. You can't build anything like that. You can't win a championship doing that. I really don't know. And I think Q Dog really hit on something important too. This is also becoming a very big problem with the ownership groups in the NBA. Like there are too many dudes getting fired after 1 or 2 seasons in the National Basketball Association, and it's just not good for anybody. It's not good for your players. It's not good for your fans, most importantly, who
That's exactly
help
right.
fund your team and put butts in seats, like Coach likes to say.
Yeah.
So these owners really do got to calm the hell down
Yeah.
and be in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Take a page. I hate to switch sports like this, but take a page out of the book of somebody like the Rooney family. You know, who
Yeah.
exercise patience and due diligence for the people that they hire. They won a boatload of championships and haven't had to hire too many head coaches to do it.
Yeah.
So chill
I-
out,
look.
have some patience, and let the man build.
Yeah. I do you a favor. Look at the Celtics. 16 years. 16 years. And they got it. Now they're back on top. Look how long it took, though. Trials, tribulations, suffering builds character. How the
Did the
fuck are you going to
Celtics
build a
suffer,
character
though?
in a year?
Did the Celtics suffer?
Yeah,
Hell yeah, they did.
he did. Brad Stevens' first year as coach.
Yeah, they
It,
wasn't that good, bro.
The years of getting smacked by LeBron. Yeah,
Yeah.
they suffered. Mhm.
Hell
Okay.
yeah. They didn't suffer as much as Detroit because they wasn't at the bottom like that. But I'm not saying that. But what I'm getting at, the whole principality about suffering. You have to go through something. Look at your Charlotte Hornets. They
Swept by
suffered.
the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, look at them. But when when Charlotte gets out of that, it's gonna be a great story because we know them now for being at the bottom. So when they come out, that celebration is gonna be huge because we know where they are now, and then now they're up at the top now. So suffering builds character.
And that's
It's terrible, man.
another
One year
thing
you
about
go.
it is Charlotte wasn't that far from being in the play-ins. Like what I believe, like them 2 years that LaMelo had a healthy season, and y'all
Yeah.
put together before Miles Bridges was about to, before he
Yeah.
got in trouble and things of that nature, and then
Yeah.
came back. But
Yeah.
Charlotte was on the cusp of making a play in them 2 seasons, and
Yeah.
Even
Atlanta
when
Hawks.
LaMelo was hurt, we still made the play in because we had a great head coach in James Borrego who should never have gotten fired. Back
and
then.
they thinking about interviewing him for the Detroit Pistons job.
I would not do that if I was Coach
Detroit
Borrego.
just need to get back to their overall culture, like what Q Dog said.
Yeah,
You got
Them
Ben
being a tough-
Wallace
yeah,
in
they
the
go back to
building.
that.
Hard-nosed, tough team,
Yeah, they
Ben,
didn't even
never
Ben
really
Wallace
had
was there when they
star.
drafted Cade.
except for
So
like one good star.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you.
I don't
Like
get
the
that
Knicks.
though.
The
Yeah.
Knicks went back to their culture.
Yeah, they went back to it.
Tough team with
Yep.
just that one, 2 guys that are their stars, but everyone else around them are
I agree.
hard-nosed players
I agree with
and,
Rock.
and can get buckets.
All
I
right,
agree with
so
Rock.
so to take what Rock said, then when Draymond Green retired, hire him as your head coach, and it'll be perfect.
Fuck it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it, bro. Whatever it takes. But keep him there. Don't just, okay, Draymond, you won 17 games. You out of here. What?
Now I don't think they would do that to him because Draymond from Michigan. He from that he from the state. I don't think they gonna carry him like that.
I'm telling you. Q, you good for a time?
Was it quarter 2 year?
Yes, 240. I know we understand we got to go, but before we move on to the next subject, is anything you want to close out on this Piston thing or anything you want to say to the people?
Well, like I say, we talk about this Piston thing. It's just the fact that, I think it's just the owners, they caught up in like they don't have logical basketball mind. They just got money. So they want to pay for something that they can feel like once they pay and they get a talented coach in, and you should be able to, I pay you the X amount of dollars, that you should be able to turn these players around. What we have, you know what I'm saying? And some players, are not like that. Everybody can't be a Brian Flores, or not just playing. But but everybody cannot do that, and so it takes time. And so it takes time. That's not what willing these owners are not willing to accept. And look at OKC. Look how long they've been out.
Perfect example.
Look how long they've been out. Look at it just failed. They had a young group of players that wanted to put their names out there and let people know that they are just as good as any of the other teams. They gelled together.
And
it happens sometimes.
They was fucking bad. Look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves.
Yeah, Timberwolves too. You bring in a certain player, you get one star player, and then there you go. So it just you got to move. You got to keep working with pieces and till you get the right thing. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be just looking out there looking at everybody else and you want to be like them. You cannot be like them. You just have to create your own team. To beat the whole new image. Until they get that concept down, we'll continue on next year. We'll be talking about the same thing with another team. Another coach will get fired within another year, and so on. This is a trickle-down effect will keep on happening because everybody, the owners are caught up with instant gratification because they got money.
There you go.
They got this. And they figure they can pay their way through a championship.
No,
it's not like that
way, man. The damn New York Yankees do that shit all the time. The Yankees, they go buy all these expensive ass players and don't even make the goddamn World Series. Barely the American League Championship. But just like the Cowboys. The Cowboys do it too.
Yeah, but look like T-Rock was saying, New York Knicks. I mean, they've been out contention for a minute. And we was all hoping that they would get back into play. That's what we want. We want that old style John Starks, Patrick Ewing type of Charles Oakley team back in. And it was out for a minute. Get the right coach in, brought that old school culture back, and look where they're at now. Everybody looking at how was they able to do it? Yeah. It worked for them.
Yeah,
it worked for them.
Yeah.
And even though they missed their main man, he was out. He gone for the whole season. And look how far it took them through the playoffs.
Exactly.
So these things like this, they have to be patient, man. You have to be patient. Now you have to fork out all that money for nothing because you're not patient.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be patient.
You're not patient.
Nobody would knew Jalen Brunson would be a scorer like how he was.
Nobody
knew that shit. But he came to New York and look at him now. See what I'm saying? Oh.
Came to New York with the right coach, and look what happened.
Right coach.
In the shadow of Luka in Dallas.
See what I'm saying? But nobody think he want to be top scorers in the league. In the league.
So that's kind of ironic what you're saying because here Tim Hardaway Jr. comes to the Mavericks and he get put on the back burner.
True.
But he was the man up in New York.
He was the man.
He was the man up in New York.
Damn, homie.
So it So it helped Jalen Brunson, but it didn't help Tim Hardaway Jr.
No, it didn't. It didn't. Perfect.
It didn't. So it's all about these situations, man. Hey,
it's all about it.
It's all about these situations. But these owners got to get a little bit more patient.
You hit the nail on the head with that OKC. God damn, I swear, boy. That was
OKC.
That was a tribute to Willie Mays right there, boy. That was a home run, boy.
They were number one. They were number one in the Western Conference. Number one.
And look, with two dogs. Nobody would think say Gilgeous-Alexander would be a dog like that from the Clippers. Same way with Jalen Brunson. Nobody think he'll be a dog. But Jalen Brunson went to the Knicks. He's a dog. Gilgeous-Alexander went to the damn OKC Thunder, and he's a dog.
The Thunder knew it though, host. There's a reason. There's a reason why they only agreed to give up Paul George for SGA.
But this guy almost won the MVP. A lot of people say he should have won it. He should have won it.
He was a Hornet at one time.
Detroit is fucking insane, yo. I I like the Pistons. I'm with Q. I'm from the '80s and all that shit, man. And I will want to see the Pistons succeed, man. It's time. They got Cade Cunningham, who's fucking good. Like Cade Cunningham is good, but goddamn, I don't understand why they just don't build around the guy.
They can't draft those.
They can't draft, bro.
Their draft picks outside of Cade have sucked.
Yeah,
the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So.
And this is why your team is so garbage, because you keep bringing in these quote unquote phenomenal rookies thinking they're going to, because they do good in college, think they're going to transition over to the pros. Fuck no, it don't work that way. The pros is the pros. It is the highest level that you can go. And guess what? You balling down here, but when you get to them pros, well, it's a whole different world. Whole different. But Q, we know you got to go, man. Appreciate you being on, bro.
Appreciate y'all, fellas. I'll see y'all again next week.
Yes, sir. We'll see you next Saturday, brother.
All right, brother. Y'all hold it down and stay cool.
Yes, sir. Or you too, bro. All right, man. Now let's get to the last one before we get on up out of here. And happy day for my man Rockstar Rock. Rockstar Rock. Happy day. The Boston Celtics win their 18th championship with Game 5 victory over the Dallas Mavericks. Jaylen Brown was named Finals MVP as the Celtics reasserted themselves as a championship franchise. Jason Tatum had 31 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds as the Celtics topped the Mavericks 106-88 on Monday night to win the franchise's 18th championship, breaking a tie with the Los Angeles Lakers for the most in league history. Boston earned its latest title on the 16th anniversary of hoisting its Larry O'Brien Trophy in 2008. It marks the 13th championship won this century by one of the city's big four professional sports franchises. Jaylen Brown added 21 points and was voted the NBA Finals MVP. Drew Holiday finished with 15 points and 11 rebounds. Center Kristaps Porzingis also provided an emotional lift, returning from a 2-game absence because of a dislocated tendon in his left ankle to chip in 5 points in 17 minutes. He helped the Celtics cap a postseason that saw them go 16-3 and finish with a 80-21 overall record. That is a 792 winning percentage, ranked second in team history behind only the Celtics of 85 and 86, who was dominant. Championship team that finished 82-18. Second year coach Joe Mazzulla at age 35 also became the youngest coach since Bill Russell in 1969 to lead a team to a championship. When I'm saying this, and I'll be done. Luka Doncic finished with 28 points, 12 rebounds for Dallas, which failed to extend the series after avoiding a sweep with a 38-point win in Game 4. The Mavericks had been 3-0 in Game 5s this postseason, with Doncic scoring at least 31 points in each of them. Kyrie Irving finished with 15 points and 5 of 16 shooting, and has now lost 13 of his last 14 meetings against the Celtics, the team he left in the summer of 2019 to join the Brooklyn Nets. Rockstar Rock, boy, I mean, first of all, how does it feel, bro, for your team that you've been cheering for years now, finally champs? Like, how does that feel? Because I know how I felt in 2014 when the Spurs won. That feeling like you part of the fucking team because you bought merchandise and just cheering them through the highs and the lows. But how do you feel now that your team is back on top as NBA champions?
Well, I'm gonna tell you a little story here. So,
okay.
Being a Boston Celtics fan, I've been a fan for some years now since they won the chip in 2008. Part of that was because I was a fan of Kevin Garnett, and I met Paul Pierce and at a basketball game here in DC, and Ray Allen was a top guard I liked at the time in the NBA. So when those three guys came together, it was a pretty big deal. So when those guys left, I still stayed a fan of the Celtics. I didn't jump ship. That's when Rondo was the only guy left. And then when Brad Stevens came in, you know, it was like, okay, we see what he was doing. And then I seen some of the way Brad Stevens was coaching, and it was just a matter of time. But and then once we was able to get Tatum and Jaylen Brown and things of that nature, it's been like a culmination of a lot. You know, I felt like being a fan, I felt like I won the chip with them. You know, because of the ups and downs of.
That's how I felt.
Of, you know, playing LeBron in the finals, and then in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then when LeBron leaves, and then we're thinking that the division is ours, and now when the conference is ours, and it's not, you know, losing to Miami.
Giannis and shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Losing to Miami in the conference finals those 2 years, you know, with Milwaukee, Milwaukee was a fittable foe for us. That I know that second year when Kyrie came back after we lost to the conference finals to LeBron, but since then, you know, we've kind of played Milwaukee tough when it comes to playoff atmosphere in the playoffs. The year, you know, losing to OKC not that long ago when we were up 2-1, you know, and this year, you know, the only game that my Celtics lost in the finals was Game 3, the game that I didn't watch. Game 4, the game I didn't watch because I was, you know, had to take care of some some business per se. But it was just crazy because the games that I watched in the finals, we won. So the only game I didn't watch was Game 4. Game 1, I watched 2, 3, and 5. And, you know, it's just pretty good to see that them boys, them grown men, fathers, you know, and things of that nature, husbands, especially Al Horford getting a ring.
Yes.
You know, it was just a great thing to see.
It's good.
And Banner 18 was accomplished.
Yes.
And as Joe Mazzulla said, he's looking up at the rafters to see where we can hang Banner 19.
I know that's right. There you go.
And it's, you know, it's always a good day being a Celtics fan when we got one more than the Lakers.
Oh boy! But let me ask you one more question before I get to Mark here.
Okay.
What championship seemed more so real? Was it the 08 or this one?
I would say it was this one because of the hoopla that was said. We had the easy path because certain guys was, you know, because Jimmy Butler was hurt. Spider Mitchell went down. You know, Hollenberg and got hurt in the conference finals. Luka was banged up in the finals. You know, all of this culmination of things. But when it was all said and done, they got it done. They could have let all of the culmination of things seek in and let series carry over when we hear the hoopla. No. They got it. They took care of business like they were supposed to take care of business, regardless of who was out there. Yeah, Jimmy Butler got hurt, but we beaten Jimmy Butler when he wasn't hurt.
That's very true. Matter. That's very true.
Let's see. The Knicks was banged up and they didn't get to the conference finals. We done played that Knicks team and beat them at full strength, or even if that would have been the team we'd have played.
Yeah.
So Spider Mitchell, we didn't handle the Cavaliers. So it's not like those teams being fully healthy would have changed the.
It ain't your fault. It ain't your fault. They got hurt. I mean, no.
We were they were 64 and 14 for a reason, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Or 64 and 15, however the record was in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we had 60 wins for a reason. The most 50 wins in the point margin in the games this season. Beating teams by 50.
Yeah, beat the brakes off them.
It was due to accomplish Banner 18, and you know I know Jason Tatum didn't win the Finals MVP, but when it's all said and done, he did everything he needed to do to edge himself in stone to be a champion.
That's it. I'm with you. He may not be the MVP, but one thing you can't take away, he's an NBA champion.
And it's one thing that he said in this playoff run. Individual accolades will come. It's about getting this championship. So letting Jaylen Brown letting Jaylen, and I say letting Jaylen Brown win in Finals MVP, but Jaylen Brown snatching Finals MVP and the conference Finals MVP. That's what I've always said. Jaylen Brown was the leader of our squad, and Tatum is him and Tatum are together when it comes to leading the squad. But the alpha dog, we go as Jaylen Brown goes. Jaylen Brown is on when on his D Wade shit.
Yeah,
that's what I compare. That's what I compare Jaylen Brown to. I've always compared Jaylen Brown to Dwayne Wade, and a lot of people was like, "Nah, Spider Mitchell." I'm like, no. Look at the ferociousness that Jaylen Brown brings to the game, dunking on people. He don't care who you are.
Exactly.
The defensive blocking, the rebounding, the strapping. We seen that on display when it came to shutting down Luka Doncic. Yeah, Luka got his buckets, but Luka got exposed.
Thank you.
And Tatum can get his Finals MVP next year.
I said the same thing. I said he ain't got it this year, but I know he probably like, yeah, that's my boy. I ain't worried about it. I get it next year, baby. I don't care. It's all about the Larry O'Brien, man. I don't give a rat's ass about being an MVP. I'm with you, bro. I'm an NBA champ.
Put it this way. Would Scottie Pippen trade the having the trophy, them finals rings, over winning the finals MVP? I think he would care about the rings that he can always put on his finger for the rest of his life that he's here on earth.
Man, whatever. I'm flattered, but I want that title because that's one thing you can't say I'm not. It's a champ. Mark, how do you feel, man? I know you was going for Dallas. I know you was pulling for him. I know this shit hurts. We're gonna pour some alcohol on you and burn you a little bit. So how do you feel, man? Boston Celtics, number 18. Hell of a game 5. That was just oh God, from the rip. I seen it when I glanced at it, Mark, in the first half, and I was like, oh, this shit is over. It's going down tonight. It is going down. I was like, oh, this is, and I stayed up. I had to go to work. I had to get up like 2 in the morning. I stayed up and watched that shit. I said, it's going down tonight. I told my wife too. She looked at the score. She's like, yeah, it's going down. It's going down. That's it, man. But how you feel, man, as the Boston Celtics are now the new NBA champions?
I just want to say congratulations to T-Rock. I texted him the night that they won. I'm glad that you let him go first today. But the honeymoon phase is over. All that feel good, rah stuff, we're done with that. And Skip Bayless should say now it's my turn. I'm about to enact my PhD, my player hating degree.
Here you go. Quick. He's a heel.
This was the most uninteresting NBA Eastern Conference playoffs and Eastern Conference finals I've ever seen in my life. Wow. Boston had the easiest cakewalk path to the title. I mean, my God, bro, you had no competition at any point during the playoffs this year. You were hand gifted the trophy. Congratulations, you earned it. But did you have to sacrifice Marcus Smart to do it? Like, I don't know what makes me more angry about Boston winning this year. The fact that they sacrificed an Oklahoma State legend and Marcus Smart to get here, or the fact that they denied my man PJ Washington, who has spent the last 4 years in basketball purgatory in Charlotte, finally got a chance to win him a championship, and then Boston snatches it away from him, man. Like, every time I think I'm about to get some basketball happiness, here come T-Rock and the Celtics, the rain on the parade, man. I am sick. I hate Boston. I hate the color green. I hate them stupid leprechauns. I hate everything about them. I'm not even a Laker fan, and I hate the Celtics, bro. I am mad. But even more, yeah.
It would have been worse if Marcus Smart was there. It'd have been worse.
Oh, if Smart would have been on that team, I'll be happy as hell. I probably would have bought me a Celtics jersey and some more stuff. I ain't even gonna hold you.
If
I'll
Marcus
be the second
Smart
biggest
was a
Celtics
starting
fan outside of T-Rock.
Dallas wouldn't even won that. It'd have been a clean sweep.
And I would have loved it. I would have been here for it. I would have been happy. But they sacrificed my guy. He was a sacrificial lamb, just like DeMar DeRozan was a sacrificial lamb in Toronto for them to win the championship. But Boston hating aside, the real person I'm really upset with is daggone Luka Doncic. For all this hype, for all the hoopla, He's
Told
such
you.
a great scorer.
I
He's
told
a
you.
killer. He has the takeover ability. That dude didn't take over nothing. He burned
Nothing.
everything he had in the tank in the
Tell it,
Western
Mark.
Conference Finals against Minnesota. Got to the finals, the creme de la creme, the chance you to earn yourself a championship, and the dude folded. He
Get
did
him.
jack squat. Homeboy was
Get
sitting
him.
here taking on double teams, trying to go to the hole, not getting called for the foul, and then throwing the temper tantrum because the refs wouldn't give him the foul that he did
Get
not
him.
earn. The dude was passing up open teammates with beautiful wide open shots just for him to put up a brick wall with all them damn floaters he was trying to hit like he was Kobe Bryant or something. Like, bro, just sit down. You are not that guy. This is not Real Madrid. This is the NBA freaking finals, bro. Use your team to help you win a championship. If you knew anything about the history of basketball, you would have looked at 2001 with Allen Iverson and the 76ers and known right then and there, no matter how good you are, even if you are a league MVP, no basketball player can win a championship on their own. You have to win as a team. Stop putting up these jank shots. Stop trying to hit all these floaters and use your teammates, man. Dudes was wide open, corner threes, top of the key, points that you needed to get back in the game, and you turned it down because you're trying to get your shots off. That athlete disgusted me. I was highly irritated. I could barely watch the finals because of it. Kyrie, I don't know what to say, man. He had it at one point. He ain't got it no more. I don't know what to say. But Luka, for all the hype and for all the promise and all this stuff coming at him when he was coming into the draft and Dallas traded him for Trae Young and all that stuff, there was hype from day one. You had opportunity to really justify the hype, and you failed miserably. So yeah, I haven't been this mad at a single sports team or single player since Philly G and the Eagles went to the Super Bowl a year ago. Like this is Jay. I wish Jay on the track was here because Jay on the track would find some way to defend Luka. I know he would, but you can't defend this, bro.
So, Mark, I'm going to agree with half of what you said, especially with the Luka, because I
I ain't mean to rant. My bad.
No, hell no, it's perfect. It's perfect because what you said was the honest truth. It was funny, and I had to put the what on you because you was hitting. You had the crowd in your hands. That you was getting, and you are absolutely 100%, 1,000 trillion right on the whole Luka Doncic thing, and I'm glad you said that because I mean, somebody else need to hear it besides coming from me. And what you but you're absolutely right. But Mark, you said something about the Boston Celtics having an easy ride. Now that I don't agree with because it's not. That's how the playoffs fail. I mean that's how a team. That's how if the Orlando Magic, for God's sake, made the goddamn playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So this is how it failed. That's how the ball was. But they played a real tough Indiana team. Hillebrand went out. But I mean, come on. Do you believe in Hillebrand?
In Tyrese Halliburton,
Halliburton, I'm sorry.
I do a little bit, but my only issue is right. It's not even so much with them getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. Is that none of their series leading up to them winning the championship were all that entertaining for me. Like it didn't. Every time they were in there, and I guess
because we dominated. They weren't entertaining.
I was gonna say, I guess that's
right.
Yeah, they had the best record all year long. That's consistency. They had the best record in the NBA all year long.
But when
I personally feel
Denver
like
Nuggets do it, it's entertaining.
It won't.
When Jokic did it last year, when they won the NBA Finals, it was entertaining.
When
Boston does it, it's boring.
I haven't been entertained by the finals since the year Bucks and the Suns. That was the last time I was entertained.
The last finals that was good was the Warriors against the Lakers. The Warriors against Cavs that won 7 games.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
That was good. That was really good.
And probably the Raptors Warriors series.
Oh yeah.
That series was an entertaining series. That Raptors Warriors series.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That went 6 games.
That was crazy. That was crazy. But Boston, bro. I mean, they've been consistent, man. I mean, they've been whooping ass all year long. I mean,
not all year. Not all year.
What you mean? They the
What you
best
mean
record.
not all year? Mark, for real, brother. Speak.
They
This
the
is real to
best
sports, brothers. You got to be real at some point
Huh?
when it comes to the.
Hey, bro. All I know is that they came to the Spectrum Center in November. They went to overtime and they didn't come away with the victory. I'm just messing with Rock at this
I
point.
know it. I know it.
I was
I
about
know
to
it.
say. You talking about this year? When you talking about
We
this
finally
year
beat 'em.
when they beat Charlotte. Charlotte beat the
I mean, I ain't say the
Celtics.
motherfucker go undefeated, but I mean,
They was one of the 14 one of our 14, 15 losses, something like that.
So Mark,
The highlight of my season.
But y'all was one of our 64. Y'all was like
Hey,
three
bro.
of our
Hey,
64
bro.
wins though.
Hey, bro.
You know what happens, Mark, when you don't agree or root for the Boston Celtics, or even be happy for them? Do you know what happens? Do you?
You get to say that you are on the same page as your Mark.
Mark!
You just made the list.
Made the learning tree.
But Mark, before we get out of here,
The
I know you said about
vortex.
word. Before you get out of here, the last question to you both. We'll start with Mark. What piece would you add to the Boston Celtics for their title defense next year?
I say you just really got to keep Kristaps healthy and see if you can keep him healthy for the whole year. Because even in the very limited moments that he had in the finals, and I believe it was me who predicted this before the finals started, so give me my credit, people. I told you Kristaps would be the difference between them winning the championship and them not.
You did say that.
Even though he was hurt,
Yeah, you did say that.
when he was out there, he did play a big difference and was a huge reason why they won. So I think you got to keep him healthy, keep him going, try to retain as much of that squad as you can, and maybe add one more younger piece to add some depth to your squad. But, free Cade Cunningham out of Detroit, and I'll forgive you.
I know that's right, bro. I'm with you. Rockstar Rock, going into the next season, which when the season come back around October, now you have to defend that NBA title. What piece would you add to that championship Boston Celtics team?
Well, I think we probably get depth at the center position behind Kristaps Porzingis. Probably get another guy that can stretch the floor because Al Horford is coming back, so he's still going to be on the bench as our leader. I would say if our center number 4, I can't get his name off the top of my head right now, but our center number 40 that was backing up Porzingis, he'd probably end up leaving.
Okay.
Some of our bench players, they probably become a little, probably end up leaving or getting a high market somewhere else. But I do believe we needed to shore up some of the position as far as with the bench, as far as with our center position and maybe within the small forward position and another backup point guard.
You keep Pritchard?
I mean, Pritchard might get money from his market value going up from him being in the NBA finals and
I like him.
Things of that nature.
I remember watching him in the summer.
He is solid, but at the same time, I think this was the year that he had to kind of like prove something. So I don't know that he may come back, may not, but if he don't, it's still guys out there that we can go get that can.
Oh, hell yeah.
But Pritchard hitting half court, Mark want to say Kristaps Porzingis was the key to us winning the title, which is absolutely correct. What he did in Game 1 changed the series, but at the same time, he still went with the Dallas Mavericks in 6 games, not even thinking about changing his pick. So it was a little naive on your part. But, that's fine. You got to play the heel role. It's fine. Still, it's all love here.
All love, baby. It's all love.
I just wanted PJ Washington to win, man. That's my
man.
It'd
have been a feel-good story for PJ Washington playing for his hometown team and winning. But at the same time,
he went, though. At least he can say one thing about some cats in the NBA that he at least went. And why not go? You know, why not play? And he went against one of the most prestigious franchises in sports.
Yeah,
Like,
they'll be back.
So
Dallas will be back. They'll be back. I don't know if they'll be back against us, but if we somehow don't make it out of the Eastern Conference next year, and some other team does, I can see Dallas probably winning. Because Derek Lively will have another year and things of that nature.
Yeah, Lively pretty good. He proved himself to be a big man. I'm with that. They gotta get past Denver. Denver's gonna be a very pissed off Nugget team coming back. So we'll see, man. But again, man, congratulations to Rockstar Rock and the Boston Celtics, 18-time NBA champions. And all you Celtics fans, my brother, shout out to my brother, man. My brother, huge Celtics.
Smart man.
Huge. My brother,
Smart man.
Kels, shout out to you, boy. You did it. You did it.
Smart man.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today, man. As always, we want to thank you for watching another episode of the Real Sports Talk Show, man. Please remember to give the illustrious podcast panel a thumbs up, man. A thumbs up. And if you are watching us for the very first time, man, if you think this is a cool and fun show to watch each and every week here on YouTube, man, then look no further than us and hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications. That subscribe button should be in your bottom right-hand corner. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there and hit that little bell for all notifications. All notifications. Mr. Episode, what you got for us?
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us today on this hot Saturday afternoon. Again, shout out to T-Rock for winning his championship. And shout out to the host and the Pony Express for their third championship. Hey, make sure you come on back with us next week. As I always say, no other sports program on cable television, regular television, or even here on the internet and YouTube covers a wide variety of sports like we do here at the Real Sports Podcast. So come on back, tell your mama, tell your friends, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and get your fill of sports coverage like only the Real Sports Podcast can give it to you.
That's right. Y'all heard that man said that. Y'all come on back now, you hear? Y'all heard what he said. And we will be back in the building this Thursday, man. We're going to talk pro wrestling on our wrestling show, man. Talk to him wrestling. And hopefully we'll kick off our very first wrestling trivia showdown as Philly G takes on Young Mark, man. So come on, check us out, man, this Thursday at 7 p.m. live right here on YouTube. And if you're wanting more NBA and NFL debates, discussions, whatever, come on back next Saturday. This time we'll be at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. next Saturday, man. And we will have an NFL trivia showdown as the red hot Real Sports NFL trivia champion Q-Dog. He is putting his title on the line for the very first time against Trigger Man. Trigger Man. It's going to be the dog versus the Trigger Man. Can the dog win 6? Can he win his 6 in a row? Can the dog make it 6 in a row? Can Trigger finally dethrone Q-Dog and capture his very first NFL Trivia Championship, man? The only way to see that is to come on back next Saturday at 1 p.m. live right here on YouTube, man. On behalf of myself and the best goddamn podcast panel in YouTube, man, please, everybody out there, it's hot. Please be safe and stay safe. And that's an order.